I will explain to you who our client was. It is just like a startup. They are an academic resource providers. They wanted to have a website where they can give access to different users for paid content of their courses. Those are like video courses. So the goal of this application was really to allow the access to the videos if the users pay for membership.
So I will explain what was a problem with a previous system. So the original system was mostly like a generic website with companies' contact information and some video courses, but there was no way for limiting the access to videos, and there was no way as well to sell the access to the courses. There was no memberships to manage, and there was no way to organize and group videos in info playlists, no way to interact with the users, no way for users to give feedback on playlists and videos. And it was really hard to manage a website's content in this condition, and the lack of so many functionalities meant that there was no way for this website to stand from other companies' websites. So we needed to improve all this stuff to make it more competitive. So the proposed final recommendations. So we proposed a new system with completely new architecture. So for now we have about 3 applications: the admins, clients, and API application. More about this will talk Ernest or Ilya later. For now, I just mention it. So another thing we did, we created a Vimeo account allowing the hosting of videos, but you can use any other video hosting application like YouTube. But in this one, we could give a private access to the videos, so only a user with a specific link could access it. Another thing, we created a content management application with a lot of options to manage website content. Admin can create, edit, and delete all sorts of things like playlists, videos, tags, and etc. And we also added a PayPal payment integration. And the last thing, which is a separate API server. Ilya will talk more in detail about this one.
First, we had the idea of just hosting the website, the application itself, with the database integrated, like with the local database. But then we have come up with the idea that having database very separated from the website itself will allow for future opportunities like making phone applications, Android applications, starting from this API. And it's just a much cleaner and more popular way to keep the information outside the application itself. Now, to talk more about project definition, generally speaking, we have many processes and sub-processes. The user can do many things, such as search for videos, first of all, view videos, interact with the system in some ways, like leave a comment for a video or leave a review for a playlist. He also must register and sign up. However, the owner has much more possibilities. He manages all the content on the website, different videos, playlists, tags for these videos. He manages the users, the reviews, the comments. He generally has more possibilities. We have the context diagram on the right. Generally speaking, it is just what I explained to you. Now I will talk to you about the database structure. We have a couple of tables that are interconnected sometimes, because with some tables the user and the owner has to interact also through different applications. The more interesting part of this is how we have decided to have our network set up. We have, as I said, 2 applications, the client website and the manager application. And we have 2 separate servers, actually. One server is responsible for users' authentication on the client side. We don't keep the user's credentials, such as passwords, on our system, on the API database, but more of the content of the website. And things like comments, playlists, reviews, tags, this is all managed by the admin first, and then it impacts the client. Every time the client logs in, he is interacting with the kind of local authentication database. So now we'll demonstrate to you how our website works, how both of them work and impact each other parallelly.
All right, so like you can see, we opened two applications, one for the manager and one for the client. For now, we will start with the manager application on the right. We will log in using admin credentials, and we will navigate to the user's page. It will be necessary later on to test one of the client's features.
First off, when a client enters, he goes and also either registers or will try and find things already here. But if he goes and tries to see, for example, details here, he can't really see much, or actually interact much with what he sees. So the process generally goes that he would go and register. So we have password control here. For example, if we enter 123, it will validate it, and we have to respect all the constraints. I believe I misspelled this one. Okay. So once he registers,
now we can get back to the users on manager application, and if we refresh the page, we can see that the new user is added to the list. We can also notice that the newly registered users are assigned a default membership and gives no access to the videos.
when we go to this page, we see the catalog of courses online that the website offers, and we can choose one of them. So let's say we choose HTML5, and for now it says, the message for the review says, to leave a review you need to be logged in with an account, and you have to have a membership as well. In order to purchase a membership, it's the same thing here. So if we go, for example, to course overview, which lists all the courses, and we go for this one, for example, the video that is supposed to be here is not displayed. Instead, the other video is displayed, which says that you need to purchase a membership. So how do we get a membership? In order to get a membership, we go here and we choose one of these. So let's go with this one, for example. It's a subscription for 3 months, and we can purchase it with PayPal. And let's say we go and continue. So the payment has been successfully done.
Now, if we refresh the page in the manager's application, we can see that a new membership is shown with the end date. And also a transaction record is added to the database, and we will show it later on with the reports.
Also, we are able to see that we purchased a membership and the expiration date for it. So now that we have a membership, let's see if we're able to see some videos. Let's go and find, for example, C#. So now we can leave our review, but we can only do it once. Let's say we were not really satisfied with it, and to put a 2-star, let's say bad. So we do a review. Now it calculated the average and redisplayed it to us. And now our review is here, and you can no longer leave any other review here. So if we go on and look in videos, now we do have the video, the correct video displayed, and we can leave a comment. Let's say, create. Here we go. So if we find this video now, we have the correct information displayed that is saved. If the membership expires and we want to stimulate it, we can change the date to today and, for example, put it in our time and a few more minutes here. So if we submit it, it's stored in a database and we need to re-log in just to make sure. Okay, so now we see that we still have like 2 minutes left and we could go and view a video. So for example, JavaScript 2. So it still displays that we still can do things here, but in a minute, it should be gone.
So on a report generator page, we can generate all sorts of reports. We can generate the report with transactions for a specific time interval. We can also generate another report. We can generate the report for all the transactions.
So here are all the
another thing
transactions.
that we can do, we can manage all sorts of things. As we said, we can go to the playlist page, for example. And we can see the list of playlists, and we can either add a new playlist or add a new tags or add a new tags to the playlist itself and remove them from a playlist.
So let's add a new tag, for example. So we have it added here, and we could now add it to, for example, over here. And now it's here.
And now we can go to the videos page. Now we get the same thing as for a playlist. We get a list of all the videos stored in a database, and we can either edit information, delete, or delete a video or add a new one.
Okay. So we could also delete.
And maybe, for example, we can delete the last one because it's not related to the courses. Mm-hmm. Delete. Okay, the course, the video was deleted. And the same thing we can do with memberships. If we go back, we can add a new membership. We can edit some of them.